No, that is not it.
Because your eyes are bad.
That's what it is.
It's the morning glare from the sun off the window. That's
From
just
the
kinda-
time change.
Yeah, from the
Yeah.
time change, it's kind of messing it up a little bit.
Spiraling.
How are you?
Hi, Kathy. Good.
Hello, everyone.
Good morning.
There's that coffee.
Oh, thanks.
Morning.
I'm supposed to be page 30.
See, your chair's concerned for you, huh? We don't know we're jacked up. We were gonna reserve for Tom.
We should switch spots.
Get it next
time.
Yeah, I mean, you could.
Oh, these
That
are-
was my pencil.
Well, yeah, it's like, Bob always sits over there. We just don't know what.
That's what I remember when she.
Observing.
Signs on there.
All right, let's get this show on the road. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Okay, Bob, you got the floor.
Got a little bit of snow. Lyman County got a little snow last week. That was good. Gonna be long gravel on Sweetwater this week. Hauled some millings on Midway. We'll mess with it a little more, but got most of that covered and stuff. Working on bridge stuff. Got an email about Brown's Bridge. Trying to co-op with, or I don't know how you say it, with Madison County, because it's both our bridges. I think the state's gonna give us money to redeck it. Just working on the Missing Lane Bridge, getting it all, getting ready to go on in. It'll be the 7th of April. 7th, 8th, and 9th of April, we'll have it.
Okay.
All right, Dick?
Just plugging along. I know Tracy finally got a hold of EIS last week on Friday, and we weren't able to quite link up, but hopefully today we'll be up and running and get that kiosk done and shipped out to us. And that's about all I got.
Whitehead, welcome back. Oh, what a welcome. Yeah, been gone quite a bit. I've been in Washington, Oregon, Idaho, went subject pitch for a little bit. That was cool coming back. Then last week I took a big academy class up at Fort Harrison for disaster and emergency services. Ended up being a pretty good class. What else? Now I am got to hit it hard with doing all these Homeland Security grants that we're looking at, and HMPG grant, that funds the BES program with the local counties, Beaverhead County, and a whole bunch of subdivision issues to work out, as some of you well know. So I'll leave it at that. All right. Mike, you did a heck of a job at the science fair the other day.
Actually, the science fair was Penny Huxtable's little baby, and she had the support and work of the grant. I guess they call them the Booster Club. And those ladies just did an amazing job, got everything set up with the challenge cadets the night before. And all I have to do is go in and give away the nice prizes. So I was gone for 3 days last week with the county superintendent's spring conference. And we talked about a lot of things. We talked about the spelling bee of all things. The 5 of the 6 largest schools, counties, the county superintendents don't want to run the spelling bee anymore. And so they drew up a letter they were going to send to the county commissioners, just simply saying that we're doing away with county spelling bees. So you do away with county spelling bees, you can't have a representative go to the state spelling bee anymore. can't go to the national spelling bee. So I put my hand up and I said, no, make sure my name's not on that thing, because people in Beaverhead County would just absolutely kill me. And the same in Fergus County. So we talked them out of it. There's no statute, nothing in statute says the county superintendent has to be in charge of the spelling bee. I figured if there's no statute that says you have to be in charge, there's no statute that says you can do away with it either. So, I don't know whether that's a real legal thing or not, but anyway, we voted that down. We spent some time with the school administrators of Montana, Representative Rob Watson. He came in and talked about bills that were going through the legislature that were either going to die, he hoped, or that they had supported. And two of them that were concerned, really the county superintendents, they have a House Bill 778 talks about adding requirements for the homeschoolers. There should be, we feel there should be some more paperwork that homeschoolers should provide the county superintendent. Attendance, we should know what program they are using, achievements and all those kinds of things, which we can't ask for at the present time. And then the other bill that we were worried about was House Bill 814, which would have forced a consolidation. It would have said that all of the K through 8 schools, the rural schools, would need to consolidate with a high school to form a K through 12 district with one continuous border. So they couldn't decide whether that meant that the kids were going to leave the school building and travel all the way to, say, to Dillon or to Lima, or they were going to stay in the schools and just, they would do away with the county superintendent, and the superintendent at Beaverhead County High School would be responsible for all 6 of the rural schools. We're hoping that one dies. We're hoping it because it was transmittal last week, and we were hoping that they would not get it through, so that it would die on the House bill, on the House bill.
Mike, did you say all the rural schools, or would Dillon Elementary be in with the high school district also?
It is a,
Oh.
it says K through 8.
So Dillon would go with them too.
Elementary school districts must reorganize with the high school district.
So that would be,
That
that would go with them too, okay.
And that would eliminate the administration and the school board from the elementary. And so I don't know who this lady is. I can't even pronounce her name. Fiona Nave, but her name was kind of mud at our meeting here. So we had a good time, and I managed to get through the entire conference without getting nominated for anything or so I'm doing well.
Did you sit low in your chair?
Well, just like here, I sat in the back. All right, that's it for me.
Rob?
They issued a floodplain permit a while back. He initially started working in the floodplain, so I sent him a cease and desist order. And in the letter in bold print, I said, before you proceed to get the engineering work done, got a call from one of the neighbors out there, and he was already on putting the building up. So I went out Friday morning and told him to cease and desist until they get the engineering work done. And this morning I'll be going out with a letter of making it official to cease and desist for the second time. So hopefully this gentleman will be able to follow instructions this second round. We'll see. We got planning board this week. Mr. Berkey from the Nature Conservancy is going to come over and talk to our board. And my chairman of the planning board, Kristen Bailey, she invited also the people whose easements are going to be looking at, which is Silas and Laramie Smith and T.C. Mitchell. They were both invited to our planning board. So, and from what I understand, they will be showing up also. So if you do have any questions for Mr. Berkey or anything, you're more than welcome to come to our meeting and sit in and listen to him anyway.
What is PAD? I know the acronym, but what is the PAD? Is it development? It's on the agenda. Is that you? PAD, what's that?
He sent an email, it's something,
Department of Revenue, isn't
Yeah.
it? Property taxes.
yeah, property assessment district maybe,
Division.
division.
Okay, I was haywire. I don't have any idea what that is regarding PAD. I labeled you, sorry.
I did work for the Department of Revenue for a period of 9 years.
And you never heard of the PAD?
Property Assessment Division.
Okay, that's close enough. All right, thanks. Is that it?
That's it.
Okay. John?
We got our boiler fixed that was down last week. It was the gas ignition switch that went out on it, so. We got that fixed, it's up and running, so it's warmer downstairs. We also, last week, we had, the old weed office had all the electrical outlets moved around and getting ready for Stacy's move. We're just waiting on furniture that got shipped Friday, so hopefully that should be in the next week or so. We also have the blinds going up this week in there. So that office is pretty much almost done. We are fixing the outlet in her vault for the air conditioner and the printer. So she can run a printer and her air conditioner this summer and not blow a fuse. We also, let's see what else I got. We meet with our plumber today to go over our specs on the shower, the new insulation for the showers that we're looking into, so we can get rid of the older ones that keep breaking. And then myself, Sean, and Alexis start the master garden class today with Jack, so we can learn to do a little more trimming and stuff around the yard for the summer. And Alexis will start her boiler class next week, so she'll be out next week, so up at the college. So, and that's all I got.
Yes, Stacy?
All I got is that we're just slowly starting to prep for the May election, so gearing up for that.
Amber?
I spent last week reading grants. There's 46 through the Noxious Weed Trust Fund. So actually heading to Helena after this meeting for hearings. So that's the next 3 days. We've got a couple of landowners going up tomorrow with Laura to testify on our grants. So that's going to be the majority of this week. We'll see how that goes. Looking through paperwork, we thought we were going to be all right on funding, but there's a couple of Forest Service grants and other money that we typically award out that are on pause right now. So at this point, going into the meeting, we're going to have to cut about $750,000 off of requests. So it's going to be a little bit of a rough week, I'm afraid. So we'll see how it goes.
The floor of your new building. When's that?
John and I went over Friday with him and looked at it. The main part, the big part, is golden, looks good. The older part, there's still just a touch of tack to it. It's about where the other part was in October. So I think it's gonna be just fine. Yeah, I mean, you can walk across it and not leaving footprints. It's just gonna take a little more time, but, yeah, I was pleasantly surprised, I guess, that it was okay.
I was too.
Yeah, because I was a little worried, and Lane was a little worried too, so, but at least,
He was afraid to open the doors.
yeah, he was, yeah, he was sweating, but, no, I think we're good. When they built the workbench, it's almost to my chin, so he's got to drop that for me. That's not gonna work.
Stilts aren't that expensive.
Right.
Like two now.
Yeah. Right, exactly, it's true, yeah. So once
That
you
is
get-
a tall bench.
It is a tall bench, yeah, I cannot go like that on it, so, yeah, that's not gonna work for me. So he's gonna drop that down. Matt's gotta get in and get the water to it and get the heaters in, so it's close. Yep. Thankfully.
Right. Is that it?
Yep.
Kathy?
So we're going to a new motor vehicle system made for us. So we're not gonna be able to do any transactions on Thursday and Friday. We're gonna try to get those other computers set up, all the scanners, and have DIS do their magic on those, we're hoping. And then Monday is gonna be a training experience for all of us. We had to do some modules to actually learn how to do the system. And the girls got them done, I did not. And if you don't do them, you're not able to get in them, so I really pushed Thursday, Friday to get them done and finished up yesterday. And we're at 100% now. So, doing exciting stuff for our vehicle.
Good.
Yeah.
Progress.
There's some talk out there about driver services now doing title work. I don't know how that's gonna go down since they're in our building. I don't know. Let's see. That's all I got.
Okay, Tracy.
Oh, doing lots of computer stuff. Tom's got a new computer now. I'm gonna get one going for Shauna, for Mike, hopefully in the next week or so.
Me?
This Mike.
Oh, shit, I missed
You're at the bottom end.
Okay.
What else? Helping Nick with his scale building. Trying to get fuel tax maps done, Axis Canyon Road thing. I thought that they were gonna put that before you guys, but I haven't, I guess. Maybe they're delayed. Working on CWPP mapping. That's about all I got going, so.
I did a diagram for me.
Oh, diagram for land, yes.
Okay, Judge.
So today I've got a couple of hearings, we're utilizing Language Link for, which is a service I pay for out of Washington. We have a hearing in Somalia today and in Russian. So, you're gonna see that my purchase service budget is getting up there because we've had a lot of translators required lately. Over the weekend, I did a misdemeanor warrant for theft and a felony warrant for failing to register as a sexual offender. I don't think either of those have been served, so those are still outstanding. And then there's a couple new people in the jail. I may have to recuse myself from one because he's made some pretty lewd comments about me in the past and I believe mentioned me in a lawsuit of some sort. So probably gonna farm that out to some poor person.
Maybe you want to say.
I don't even want to be in front of this person, so, yeah, it'll be an interesting week.
Russian and Somali, where are they catching them? Huh?
Truckers.
Truckers, that's right there.
Canadian truckers.
No.
Russian and Somalia.
Yeah, they're big time. Canada, yeah. Not only that, they do it here too. Is that it,
That's it.
Dave?
Busy week. We've got 21 downstairs, I think it is.
Well, that's a jump.
So, the case that she's gonna excuse herself from, we had some intel on that on Friday and the guy carried through on Saturday, so he's downstairs. Kind of some threats towards law enforcement and everybody else, so. That's about it. Working on the jail, some cleaning up some stuff and throwing some stuff out. That's about it.
Tom, Mike, got anything?
Same way, I've been gone, it seems like forever. On the federal issue of especially secure rural schools and all this grant funding and stuff, that's coming up in this week, the continuing resolutions or whatever they're working on. I know the SRS part, it's already expired, so if they just do a clean resolution, it might not be on there. We don't know what they're doing for sure on that part. But they will have to actually put an amendment on to get SRS funded for the 24 year. If they miss it, then it throws everything into tilt on the pill payments for next year because of Pill's a prior year payment, so if you don't get payments, in '24, your pill payment goes up the next year, especially for A County, so they're literally not saving any money on that part. Most of the contracts that have been signed and delivered, they say it's coming through. Our Anderson Lane Bridge, one of the Forest Service BLM grants, they say the work that has been done is safe, they just need to take a breath and wait until they get done cutting everybody off, and then they'll fix these things up. So that's what it is. And then the state legislature, same way, they're off for halftime. So it'll clear a lot of stuff up, see what's coming back on that part. So.
Tom?
Nothing here pertinent, I guess.
I guess that's it. Thank you guys. Have a good week.
Thank you, thank you.
Everybody's got all that garden trucks and stuff.
CJ called me and we got it.
We just need to sign that thing, right?
Which is, all you gotta do is respond.
Yeah. I don't believe that.
Probably the truckload.
20.
Solid waste thing too. We got-
My phone and everything
No
else.
biggie. And then Mike's superintendent of schools. So he drives all over the country, the county too.
Sounds good.
All right, I think we're close enough.
All righty,
You got
so,
the floor, sir.
Chad Ulster, I'm the regional manager with the Property Assessment Division for Region 4, which encompasses Beaverhead County. So what I'm here today to present is the department developed a new website part and software application for potential new construction where county personnel, if they'd like to, when they're out in the country, they can report anything that they think is potential new construction. In case they see a new garage going up, a new house, a new barn, they can go out to our TAP website and submit a report to the Department of Revenue. That report gets emailed to our local email box, and then we can set a review to go out there to ensure that we have that new building picked up and assessed properly for the tax year. So how it works is I gave the commissioners the printout of it. So our objective is of today's presentation is to provide an introduction to the Property Assessment Division's new construction software app. It's currently just a website. So, and then page 2, goal to allow county personnel to report possible new construction to the Property Assessment Division. So it's tap.dor.mt.gov. Link is equals report new construction. Once again, this is voluntary. We're just trying to give the counties another tool to use to help us pick up new construction. So what happens is you go out to the website for the report new construction. So information about new construction, you put in the county, location. For example, I believe on this one I have 111 First or Main Street in Lisbon, Montana. And then it asks for your contact information. So Chad Ulster asks for my phone number and my email account just in case our staff has potential questions or follow-up questions that they would like to ask the person that reported it. So page 2 just kind of shows you that how it looks once that first page is filled out. So Beaverhead County, 111 North Main Street was Montana. Description, new garage. Contact information, Chad Ulster with my state phone number and email address. You can also upload a picture of the improvement you saw out there. So page 3 just shows you the garage I uploaded into this report for this demonstration. Page 4, once you hit submit, you get a confirmation number, so you can go ahead and call the department and follow up with using that confirmation number. Also asks you to give us feedback on how easy the app was, how it worked for you. And then the last page just shows the email that we received through the website indicating that somebody's reporting new construction to us. So once again, this is just voluntary. It's not mandated. It's just a tool that we'd like to present to the local counties to see if they're interested in using it to report potential new construction to the department. So that's the presentation. Does anyone have any questions?
So is it up and running now?
It is up and running now.
So we could do that right now?
Yes, sir.
We just report it and then you guys will look.
Yep. All you do is report it, so.
Did we ever figure out?
And I'll go ahead and email you, the commissioners, to the actual once I get back to the office today.
Yeah.
Whether the University of Utah has to pay Montana taxes or?
Never found that out. Wow. That'd be a good one to go looking at.
Because they got a lot of new construction up there in Lakewood. But it's.
There's the University of Utah is building a massive amount of
Out there by Red Lake.
on the Red Rock Refuge, which is government property.
And I would have to look into that. I don't have that.
It's not
to see
on the
this
refuge,
exempt or-
it's their
That's
own
private
holding.
property.
Oh, it's on private property?
It's their own holding of University of Utah.
Is that, TAP gave it to them.
Okay.
So I would have to review that one to see if they did file the correct exemption paperwork to be exempt from paying.
Because
Big
we
fountain.
don't like the refuge much, of expanding like they're doing it. But our theory is it's better than having somebody build a subdivision up there. So that's been our theory now. We're on the backside of it getting this. It isn't paying taxes. Oh, if they're gonna do that, we just rather have a subdivision. Facetiously. So The controversy that, I mean, I guess is, the bad part about it is I've heard about you're turning in your neighbor. Some of the road guys say they don't wanna do it. But the other part of it is, especially if you pay property taxes in Beaverhead County, if somebody's building a building and they're not paying property taxes, you're paying more for them. Right? That's sort of how this whole formula works, so.
Exactly.
I mean, that's not, we need to make it mandatory, but by golly, when you run up the Wise River and see one of them, what would it hurt to do it? Get it on the information thing, see if it is. Road guys, that's the ones in particular, because you're always out on them doing that stuff. I'd like to hear, that's why I called you guys down here, you know, run by the planning board. Cause this wouldn't just be us, anybody could get on this thing.
Joyce and I are cruising around this county all the time.
And would you have a problem doing this?
No, I wouldn't.
They'll say that's the big thing is, and I don't think,
Is that, if somebody does have a problem, is, he turns something in, turns them in. He records something to you, is it traceable back to him?
I would have to check into that.
Looks like-
That'd be the number one, if you have to put your name on this thing here, then I wonder.
I think you should have to. I think you should have to anyway.
Yeah, I think it should too, but there's some that want nothing to do with it.
Anyway, the cadastral mapping, are they looking at trying to pick up new buildings and stuff using cadastral mapping?
So,
Anyway.
cadastral mapping is the public information from our confidential software program. So we do look at cadastral mapping and aerial imagery to see if there is any improvements that we do not have on the property. So we do use aerial imagery.
Now, I actually have noticed in the past when I pulled up, there's a building and everything on the property, but when you overlook the assessment, zero. It's just being charged for land.
And that's one of the things where if we don't get a permit or we don't have a staff member in that area and we don't pick it up through discovery, it could be
What
similar.
do you mean, get a permit?
So like septic permits, building permits,
That was gonna be my question. So you are relying on that?
we are relying on those two. That's one of the things.
Any permit that's done in the county.
That
Anything else? that you look at?
building permits, so for example, in Madison County, anything over 800 square feet requires a building permit. So if you have any of those building permits, but septic permits, electrical permits, anything
You
that
look at
triggers
electrical,
any
you look at
indication
the,
that something could.
Local GIS or address and 911 and compiling all that. That's not-
We look at all information that we can get. So
So this would just be another one.
another tool for the toolbox.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with it, I've heard that. Is my name a matter of record?
Well, some of them get mad at me anyways over it, because they think that the whole reason why I ran into this before is what I'm saying. Is that
I have to.
the whole reason why we're making them get a septic permit or go through subdivision for that matter is so we can tax them.
yeah, if you got a building you're not getting taxed on it, and they get mad at you, that ain't right. I mean, that ain't fair. They're not paying their taxes.
All of us.
No,
All of us. That's why I said, I mean, it's,
I agree.
I would say, boy, I'd hate to start turning everybody in without having to put my name on this thing. But, no, if you got legitimate ones, and if they're there, you look at it, your people go look at it, and says, we got it. That's all there is to it.
We just turn it in and then you guys look and see if you got it.
Yep. So you guys turn in, the thing that we ask is you put an address and then the town, because, Wisdom, Wise River, Dillon, just, like it put in here 111 Main Street Wisdom, so we put 111 Wise River, that way we kind of have an indication of where the new construction might be at. It might be at the intersection of East Bench Road and.
Up the scenic byway somewhere. I mean, you can have to.
Yeah, how do, yeah.
You can find someplace like that.
Are we looking for remodels too?
Um,
Like if you see somebody that's
Yep.
expanding the
We do
footprint
look
of
at
their home.
remodels, we look at, additions, so.
Garages, additions, new.
Construction, sheds, bars,
Outbuilding,
outbuildings, yes, sir.
very easily seen.
So you're saying ag buildings too, if you're talking about barns?
Yes, sir.
Oh, you bet. That's an outbuilding.
Okay.
So if you build a big shop, Paul, maybe, I should know the answer to this, I guess. If you build a big shop, do you have to get a permit for a shop in Beaverhead County?
No,
No.
no, but in Madison County,
The
yeah.
only permitting requirements.
That's what I
for
thought.
building that we have are commercial.
Okay.
And septic, if they're equipment and that.
So what are you saying, Joe, when you drive by your place, take a picture of your shop?
Mine, I'm getting taxed for mine. That former appraiser that lived down at Lima was at my place when I started building it, so, but there is a huge one going up at about 5 Mile on 278. Interesting deal, I don't know, that's why I kinda asked.
It's commercial. It's a big stuff.
What's that?
What's that?
Big, kind of green color, didn't it?
Well, right now, they just got that green,
It's on 278.
about, just for 10 Mile, for,
Not on the flats, Argento flats.
yeah.
And what is that?
I don't know.
I don't know who owns it.
It's just a big-
It's gone up here in the last
Big green.
3 weeks, 4 months. I mean, we're still working on it. They've got the rafters on, they don't have the roof on yet, and the doors. And it's got that green plastic cover or whatever it is on the outside. They don't have a,
Like insulation board or something.
yeah.
So who is our appraiser?
Currently, we have two appraisers working in this area. Their names are Mike Davis and Shayla Robert.
Where they at it?
They're out of Butte currently. The appraiser that was living in Lima relocated to Powell County.
As I heard. What's the, Mike Davis and then who?
Shayla Robert,
Spell both.
Shaila, then Roeber. And then, Ted Weldon is the area manager. He couldn't be with us today.
Can you give me contact numbers for them too?
Yep.
please?
I can give all that stuff to you. Once I get back to the office, I'll go ahead and email the commissioners a list of contact information. That works for
Okay, that'd be
you
good.
guys.
Yeah, that'd be good.
So like a new house, you'd already have that record.
Because of septic.
If it's got a-
Because of the septic, right?
if it's got a septic.
And that would already be automatic. So we
If
would.
they got a permit, but herein lies the problem, how many of them? The most common one that I run into is you have a subdivision, and most subdivisions are approved for single family residence. It's built out, it's already permitted, then they build another one on it. They build a second family residence on it. And then they don't get a permit for it, they just assume that they can tie it into their existing septic. But that subdivision is approved for one single family residence. By definition, if it's a standalone building, it's a accessory dwelling unit.
But most of
And
this
then,
stuff in Dillon would be almost a no-brainer, they pick it up.
We should have it, yep, no, and, when our appraisers are out, and our staff are out picking up other new construction, reviewing cells. We do look for new discoverable properties, so if they see a garage being built that we don't have a permit for, they'll stop and pick it up. So it's just a way of double checking to make sure that we are picking up all the new construction.
But, you won't get overwhelmed with the amount of stuff coming in, you think, or do you have a test drive that yet?
We haven't test driven it yet.
Because like I said, that's the deal, is if you see it, do it. I don't know if you have to go ask him if he's got a permit for it, or I guess I'd say you want, but, that's what I'm saying, is if you
or if
see
you
it,
just wanna tell us about it, if you see something, tell Joyce or I about it, and we'll follow through on it.
or maybe even that, like I said, if the rest of the road guys are gonna do it, they're up
They can just go
the, upper North Fork someplace. Those are the ones that are this tough for these guys to find.
They could
Well,
just call me and let me know.
And you can
I
get-
could report it, I guess.
You can report it, or we can get contact place in here.
If we see something being built, we're also gonna wanna match it up and see if we got a septic permit on it too.
But sometimes it's just a garage.
Yeah, unless it's something else.
Yeah, I'll set this thing on 278, it's a big building, but,
Where are you talking about exactly?
It's right on our.
mile marker 5.
Right on on our general.
You can't miss it, it's on the right-hand side.
You can't miss it. It's
Right hand side as you're going out.
Yep.
Yeah, can't be 100 yards off the highway. 150 maybe.
Off the byway?
No, no.
Off the highway.
278,
Highway.
Off
That's
the
right.
highway.
Highway 278.
Okay, I kind of think I know which.
Just
uh,
It-
just
The
past
slab's been there for quite a while.
I don't know that, I just, all of a sudden, there's this big,
It's right past.
Frame.
the house.
and I hate to be the one to turn somebody in if they're not gonna, but it isn't built yet, so I assume that they're
But
not.
I suspect that whatever they're doing there, if it's the one I'm thinking of, and I'm sure it is, they have never gone through DEQ for anything other than, typical example, just what I was saying, a single family residence, and all of a sudden they're building something else on it.
Could be a big shop.
It is a
You
shop.
know, the,
I mean,
It had,
See, then.
if it's,
that's why I
again, if
see
it's the
them
one that I
as
was
bad.
thinking of, there was
Yeah,
a slab that was poured probably last fall, and there's a whole bunch of PVC sticking out of the bottom of it, top of it.
I don't know. I just noticed it when it turned green.
you know where the garage with the big Trump sign on it? Right before that.
Right before that, yes, that's it. And that's in,
Okay, well, it sounds like it is, and all we gotta do is let you guys know about it.
Yeah, get them.
If you have a question, Case,
If you don't mind.
Yeah.
Can the general public put it in?
We're just doing it with the county personnel for now, so, we don't get over
Swamp.
inundated with information.
That's all.
But the general public can come here.
but it's the same way that it sounds like what we're doing is even our road guys are gonna come here, we're gonna consolidate it through maybe the planning or sanitation department. Or Bob, I mean, we're probably gonna have 2 or 3, so if you see it, if you see something, say something in there, something like that.
you see something, say something.
See something, say something, put it on there, and, as far as my friends at the DOR, that's been one of the things that that we've been yelling and screaming out real loud and clear is making sure you're picking all this stuff up. It's your job. This is just helping them out to the benefit of everybody. I don't know, I mean, it'd be interesting to see. I feel pretty confident Beaverhead County, the ones that I've checked personally, it's pretty good. I know there's some of them other counties that were amazed of how many pieces were missing. They were hiring a person to go do what this is going, and it paid for that person just on taxes.
So drain bins and stuff like that.
Anything that's taxable, which is all, everything. There's something new goes up on the ground.
Grain bins.
It don't hurt. They say they ain't gonna tax it, they ain't gonna tax it, but, we'll run down to the Centennial and send them all the University of Utah people.
Well, in some cases, it also means revenues for solid waste too.
It ties all the way around, yeah. I just think it's a good deal. And like I said, the only disadvantage is that perception you're turning your neighbor in, but, so be it. Fair is fair, and that's what they're trying to do it. Trying to be fair, but they ain't. But anyway, that's, as long as pick up everybody's property.
When I do an approach
A
from
good example is my guy that's doing the floodplain violation, building in the floodplain. Anytime I issue a floodplain permit, it's usually somebody building something somewhere.
Already building something, sounds like.
Yeah.
I just think it's a good idea to hang that up and just get on that thing and do it. I mean, even if we collect them all week long and sit there one time and just send some in. And especially if we can get a report back whether it's effective or not.
We can do that for you.
That'd be the big thing is, after 6 months or something, or how many of these we turned in are good and most of them
We'll be
are.
more than willing to work with you if you want monthly, bi-monthly, or every 3-6 months, just.
Something like that ain't big. If it ain't doing good, I mean, well, I worry about it. But if it is,
And that's why we're kind of doing a pilot project right now to see if it's going to be worthwhile to have this going forward.
cool.
How do they still handle it? I mean, I can recall additions of homes that there'd be light on, you know, but the outside wasn't finished sided. You know, and the inside so never was finished, if you will, for like 5 years. Something. Is that still, can be ruled unfinished?
So we do go by percent complete, we do have a percent complete chart we do follow for all properties, commercial and residential. Residential is different than commercial, obviously, but we do follow that to make sure that we're treating everybody equally.
And I was curious, I can remember some doing that. You know, half the siding would be gone for a long time. And it was ruled unfinished.
My dad built a shop there in Sanders County, and we put in cement in one of the 3 bays. And he said, we're not putting it in the other 2 because then it would be completed and it would screw up the taxes.
That's exactly what I've seen. And then they just leave the siding off the front side and maybe on the back or something.
But if that's only 5% incomplete, they're getting the rest of it. It's just not on their, they don't, I mean, they pick it up.
You could see it all over the place for a while.
Yeah, but if it's unfinished, if your siding isn't finished, for example, you're gonna pay higher insurance on it too.
Probably.
Has to be, I know, quite a bit more.
Okay,
You've been playing that game for 20 years.
I'm kind of afraid for it, not gonna lie.
Out of you, we've got currently 9 based out of you.
What you're covered.
So we are giving money to.
so, you can start telling you guys if they wanna start doing this. And they bring it to you,
I'll just have,
and you can bring them in here, we'll figure out how to do it from here.
I'll just find out where, and then I can go see Tracy and find out an address.
Okay.
Same thing.
Yeah, I just thought you were sitting up there, be interested to hear this, so just,
I think there seems to be new stuff between Wise River and Wisdom. So when I make those 2 school visits, I can keep an eye out.
yeah,
Depends on what side of the river you're on there.
Yeah, that's true.
but, yeah. But, you know, like I said, I think the stuff on the paved highways, they should be
We should
doing
be
the job.
getting.
They should be getting that stuff. That's the easy stuff.
The stuff
It's
that's all
stolen.
up, go away to that. kind of
Yeah.
stuff.
Down in Centennial Valley,
Yeah,
out on the east bench, areas that we don't get to quite a bit.
Yeah.
Ted Christensen building a new house there at that one.
Yeah.
And that's kind of Beaverhead County there.
But we'll
That
look,
one
we'll
that
get to
burned
do it. I
down.
think this sounds to me like it's a good project.
So hopefully, like I said, just another
He's
tool out of
building
the toolbox to
there.
make sure
I
that
mean,
we're
that
everybody
doesn't help a lot.
the same, picking up all properties improvements.
And, have you heard the number though, Russ, of what this average appraised value of residential is going up this year?
I have not, we're still trying to finalize our values for 2025. So I'm sure you guys will get a report published here end of May, beginning of June.
And then them things come out in June for people, the same way 2 years ago, that everybody says their taxes are gonna just skyrocket. Well, it's that same conversation that if the boys up in hell want to fix something for them, that you might have offset it.
So if a house burns down by accident, just come off the taxes?
So we have to go by what's on the, property as of January 1st of every year. So if the house burns down June 1st of 2025, it would still be assessed.
Oh, okay.
So
Then you can contest it if you
I
like.
guess that wasn't gonna work. No.
Put those matches away.
Okay. Thanks.
you're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Email these contacts, that'd be great.
I will do so, and I'll email you guys the active link to the report.
All right.
Like to, and once again, it's just voluntary, so.
Yep.
All of our emails are on the web.
All right, well, thank you. It's good
Yep.
seeing you again.
All right, take care. Here,